Well, hello everyone. It is Jackie Bowman Coach here. And so one of the threads online was talking about having trouble with buyers and then, if I should use a buyer's agreement or not use a buyer's agreement. So in this video, I'm hopefully under 10 minutes, I'm going to try to get in everything that I do for a buyer consultation, a buyer's agenda, and then how we get every single buyer to sign the buyer's agreement. So a little bit about me. I've been in the business for 15 years, nearly 700 transactions, have trained several agents from new agents into being a top agent. All of us use buyer's agreements. It's all a mindset shift, okay? So here's where we're going to start. We're going to start with the mindset. So my question to you is this. When you have people that are interested in selling, let's talk about the sales side and the list side of the business. When you have people that are interested in selling, they call you and want to know a few things. They want to know your commission. They want to know what you're going to do for them if they list with you. But most of all, they're calling to get information. They want you to do a market analysis on their property, right? So let's just hypothetically say you do a market analysis on their property. Would you immediately give them a listing agreement to sign? Or would you perhaps have a listing consultation and have an entire package for your listing presentation and actually go through all of that first, review the CMA of their home, review your marketing plan, and then ask them to list your home, and then ask them to list the home, right? But here's the deal. You would never do a CMA. You would never market the property, enter it in the MLS, and actually invest your time in servicing their listing without actually asking them to sign a listing agreement. See, consumers come to us to get information. We provide that information, present to them, and then ask for a relationship. That's how this goes. So my question to you is, on the buy side, what would that look like, right? So for me personally, this is what it looks like. They usually call or text or click on an ad to see a property. We see that property. Then we talk about the home buying process. We sit down and do a full buyer consultation. I have a full presentation for them. We go over the entire home buying process, talking to them about home inspections, finding out what they're looking for, right? And then at the end, I ask them if they want to be in relationship with me and use me as their buyer's agent. It's that simple, right? So why is it that real estate agents have this thing, this mind block that it's any different than listing? So I just wanted to plant that seed for you. And now I'm going to go into what I do for a buyer consultation and how all of my agents and all of my clients actually use buyer's agreements and sign buyer's agreements. So what I want you to do on your paper is take notes. I want you to number 1 through 12. Number 1, what I normally do at my buyer consult is, well, first of all, I bring a folder with a bunch of information about the home buying process, about the home warranty, all of those things. So what I'll do is I will leave you a list. I'm going to give you two things. I'm going to leave you a list of what's in my buyer package, which you have a listing package. You should also have a buyer's package. What I have in there, and then what I do to go over the buyer's agenda, and then how they sign the agreement at the end. Okay, so those are the two things I'm going to give you. So the first thing is you must have a buyer's packet. You will have to practice and learn the skill set to get a buyer consultation. Just like when someone asks you for a free report on the value of their home, you need training on how to get a listing appointment, right? So a lot of times I do use that property that they want to see. Can I see 123 Main Street tomorrow? I don't have an agent yet. Absolutely, I'm going to get you in that property, and that is my opportunity on the buy side to get a buyer consultation. Just like on the list side, asking for a CMA or asking what do I need to do to prepare my house to sell, that free gift is your gateway to getting a listing consultation. Okay? So just want you to think differently. So here's the quick rundown of my agenda. Okay. The first thing is in my state, we have to do a consumer guide to agency relationships. Anytime we talk to anybody about real estate, our state requires that we disclose this. So that's the very first thing I do. The second thing I do is I plant the seed. I talk to them and say, hey, I'm going to show you this document. I'm not going to ask you to sign it. But what it is if today you are happy with everything you hear and you have confidence in my skill set to serve you as a buyer's agent, I'm going to ask you to sign an agreement with me, and that will enable me to actually search harder for homes for you and help you with that search process as well. Okay? So what this does is it just says that we will be in agreement with each other that if you purchase in the next 6 months, or if you purchase in the next 9 months, that's completely up to you. That you don't have to purchase a property, but if you do, you agree that we are going to work together. That's all this is. It also just says that for you as a buyer, your obligation is to not click on Zillow, not click on Show Me Now, and if you have any questions about any properties that you drive by and see a sign, that your main contact is now me. And you don't have to search through all of those sites. You have direct access to me, and I am actually going to become your buyer's agent. That's what this means. And then also, I have to practice fair housing, right? So at the end, if you're comfortable signing it, great. If you don't think we're a good match, or you decide you're not a buyer, you don't need to sign this document. I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to bring it up at the end of our meeting. Okay? And I pass on through that. The third thing is I talk to them about open houses and contact with other agents. I also talk to them about building and registering them with builders. I also talk to them about for sale by owners. So number 3 is open houses and contact with other agents. Number 4, if they're first-time home buyers, I go over just dissecting the total monthly mortgage payment, that it's principal and interest, taxes and insurance, and PMI if there is any. I give them a brief overview, make sure they understand that I can't give them interest rates, I can't give them payment information, and that's where I usually send them to my preferred lenders. Even if they're pre-approved through their home bank, I let them know why it's important to use a preferred lender, right? And at least get a second opinion. Number 6, I ask them, what price range are you looking in? What features are you looking for? What are the must-haves? What aren't? You know, the whole buyer questionnaire that you get from everybody. You can research that on your own. Just Google buyer questionnaire for real estate. You'll find one. Number 7, what is your timeline? Do you have any leases? Are you finishing school? When do you want to actually move? I need to gauge how urgent these people want to buy. Number 8, that's where I review how I handle for sale by owner properties and that they still need to call me, why they still need to call me, and how I usually write that buyer's commission into the deal, right? The other thing is I talk to them about building. Have you ever considered building? Well, do me a favor. If on a Sunday afternoon you're driving by a builder and you see the pretty balloons and you see the beautiful house and you just decide to stop, don't stop without calling me first and allowing me to register you, because you definitely want me to help you through the process. If you don't pre-register, you can't bring me in after the fact that you've walked through the door. So I cover these things. That's number 8. Number 9, this is the key. This is what's going to help you the most in getting them to sign the buyer's agreement with you. I review every document that they would sign if they were to offer on a property today. So you know what, Jane and John? Let's just hypothetically say we went out today and we saw 5 homes and you found the home of your dreams and you guys are ready to offer. I'm going to show you right now everything you would sign, because when we're in the heat of the moment in this seller's market, I don't want you to feel pressured, and I also don't want you to sign something you don't understand. Now this part takes me a solid 25 minutes to a half hour to go over. Then I talk about the next steps. That's number 10. So number 9 is go over the contract deals. Number 10 is the next steps from here. I talk to them about pre-approval, look at homes, find a home, make an offer, negotiate the offer, do your home inspection, earnest money down, pay your homeowner's insurance, close on the home, and move into the home. I talk about the difference between closing and actually getting the keys. I talk to them about possession time. I educate them on the process. Number 11, how would you like to receive listings? Would you like to use my HomeSnap app? Would you like me to enter you in the MLS and get auto emails? What is your work schedule like? Yada, yada, yada. And number 12, last but not least, if you like everything that you heard today, are you ready to go on this journey together? I'm ready to work with you. I'm excited to work with you. Let's bring this buyer's agreement out and let's partner together and sign here. And if you do a buyer consultation in that way, 99.9% of the time, they do not hesitate because I behave in a way that this is how this works. They don't really know how the real estate agent process works. They don't understand that 95% of agents don't use buyer's agreements. That doesn't mean you don't need to use buyer's agreements. So I hope that helps. I know that this was just a post on Facebook. I wanted to share with you. So again, I'm going to share with you my buyer's agenda in a PDF. And then you can Google the buyer questionnaire, what you want to use. Of course, before I go through the 1 through 12, I do the Ford family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. I do the get to know you kind of thing. I listen to what they have done in their life and build that rapport, and then I go through this process. I'm going to be honest with you, it takes me a good 45 minutes to an hour to do a solid buyer consultation, just like it would take you to do a listing consultation. This is the same thing. So hopefully I gave you a different perspective today. If you need anything else, you can private message me on Facebook. Unfortunately, right now, my schedule is booked. I am no longer taking coaching clients at this time. You can get on a waiting list if you want, but I just wanted to send this out there because it just kills me inside when people think that it's car salesman-ish to have people sign. It's the same thing as your listing agreements. It's all in your mindset and it's different for you, so you're going to avoid it. So anyway, I'm Jackie Bowman Coach. Actually, on my coaching page, I don't post that much. If you want to follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram. It's Jackie Bowman, JACQUI. I also have a YouTube channel. Happy to help any agent at any brokerage at any time. Thanks for listening. Oh, and that was 13 minutes. Sorry.